On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 1990s film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
On this episode of
Retro. Go!
Let's go back to March 30th, 1990, when the movie was first released in the USA.
I remember that. I lived in Oak Harbor, Washington.
Oh.
And I had a friend who lived right next door to me. His name was also Chad. And he said, let's go see the Ninja Turtles movie. And I said, that's a fantastic idea. I'm on board with this 100%. That's exactly what I said verbatim. And he said, cool, get your dad to drive us there. And I was like, awesome, but he's not going to do that. And he's like, I'll buy his ticket. And he drove us there, and then while we were in line, my friend looked at me and he said, I don't have enough money for all of us. And so I had to tell my dad, and he went out and napped in the car while we watched the movie, and I felt terrible the whole time.
Kids, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Although, in reparations, I did buy my dad like 900 movie tickets, because I always felt bad.
It's true.
Nevertheless, I was very excited when Ninja Turtles came out as a live-action film.
Yeah, I was too. Grossed over $200 million.
Yeah, with a budget of $12.
With a budget of $12,
Yeah.
huh?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm just guessing. I don't know what. Actually, I don't know what the budget was.
I don't know either. If you know, comment.
Yeah, post it in the comments.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, it was directed by who?
Steve Barron?
Steve Barron. And he also did several episodes of Storytellers, which is another Jim Henson production. Jim Henson did the suits, of course, for the Turtles.
Yep.
He did all the animatronics and everything, but he did Storytellers, which is a different show that we will be doing, but it was super awesome that he did that. Was it reviewed well when it came out?
And from everything that I could find, it was mixed. I mean, you had people that were like, yeah. And people
Roger
that were
Ebert
like, no.
gave it a thumbs up.
Yep.
I
give it a thumbs up.
I would give it a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Of course, I was 7, 8.
Yeah, I
When it
was
came out, so-
14, 12.
He's old.
I was 12 when it came out. And I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan. And so I went completely bananas for the movie and loved everything about it. And I think it held up pretty well over the years.
I think it did. I mean, they made multiple different cartoons, crossed cartoons. You know, they had
The CGI cartoons that Nickelodeon does now.
Yep.
So what was the overview of the movie, though? Ninja Turtles as a movie, what was the basic premise? The Turtles fight Shredder.
Yeah.
Which was
I mean, it's
essentially
self-explanatory.
the premise of every episode of the cartoon. Although...
Well, not just Shredder, Foot Clan. Gotta remember the Foot Clan.
Well, Shredder and the Foot Clan.
Yep.
There was no Krang,
Yep.
no Bebop or Rocksteady. None of the characters you typically knew from the cartoon. Interestingly enough, the movie followed the Eastman and Laird comics a lot closer than I think it did the cartoon. Foot Clan was all humans. In the cartoon, they were all robots.
Yep.
Robots.
Robots.
Splinter was a rat who trained watching his master and then got into the mutagen. Where in the cartoon, he was Hamato Yoshi.
Yeah.
And then
ratified.
ratified.
Turned into half red, half human.
Yeah. And so in the comic book, in the original comic book and in the movie went with the source material. Splinter was a rat the whole time. So, there you go.
Yep, there you go.
Interesting side fact. It's not interesting at all. I just always thought it was weird that in every Ninja Turtles movie up until whatever Michael Bay did, is Domino's was always the pizza they ordered, and Pizza Hut was always the company that picked up the licensing. So you could only get the Turtles movie merch from Pizza Hut, even though they only ever ate Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
And the Domino's pizza in the first Ninja Turtles movie looked horrible.
Yes.
If you were a pizza company, that is not the pizza you would want people to see.
And another interesting fact, that the delivery guy in the beginning of the movie that delivers it is the one who plays Michelangelo. Right?
Michelangelo, yep.
Pretty cool. If you didn't know.
That was super neat.
Yeah.
I like the movie as a whole. How was it received at the time of release? Yeah, I guess we already said that. It was mixed.
Yeah.
Personally,
kids loved it.
Yeah, the kids liked it. Adults probably were on the fence, like my dad napped in the car, and that's probably what he wanted to do anyways.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I talked to my mom about it. She's going to be like, what? Turtles?
Turtles what?
Yeah.
Doing aerobics? No. What did you personally like about the movie?
I liked how they used the attributes of a turtle in the movie. I know in the cartoon they did that, In the newer movie, they did not. You know, at
Well, they couldn't. They were all roided
I know,
out in the new
yeah.
movie.
I mean, at the very end of the movie, what was it? Michelangelo, I believe it was. He, pops his head into a
tucks
shell.
his head into a shell.
Which is about the only thing that they kind of use for the attributes. What I also did like is I liked how they had different, even at the time in '90s, without CG, they were able to distinguish each turtle with a different face. So I liked how Jim Henson did that with the.
They did
with
a
the
good job.
faces,
It is weird. They are distinctly different.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, even if they didn't have the colored masks, you could say like that's Raphael, that's Donatello,
I know that was really
Michelangelo.
cool.
They're all super good.
Yep. Oh, that was really cool.
Splinter's easy. He's got the hair.
Yeah. And he's a rat.
I personally really liked how it felt like there was if they felt like real brothers.
Yeah.
In the movie. You know, Leonardo's kind of the leader and he has this thing, and Raph kind of also wants to be the leader, so they kind of have their tension, and then Mike and Donnie, they're kind of like, I don't really want to be involved in that. You know, they care about all their brothers, but they're kind of the comedic relief, but they have kind of their own bond going on there, but they all do really in the long term.
And then I laughed because you actually found that in the song for the Turtles movie,
Partners in Crime.
Partners in Crime. Well, that's the band, Partners in Crime.
I don't think rappers are called a band.
Well, yeah, whatever.
The
You know what I mean? Yes, the group, the rap group. But anyway, they say Raphael's the leader, which in all time of Turtles, Leonardo's always been the leader.
Yeah, Leonardo.
So, correction on
Sort
that.
it out, Partners in Crime. We were counting on
Now
it.
we're going to get sued.
Yeah. I don't think he's famous anymore.
But,
Some things that I thought were a little weird in the movie was, like, Shredder's cape. You remember his cape was, like, all pleated?
yeah.
It looked like he stole it from David Bowie. He only wears it, like, in the very beginning, but it's terrible.
He wears it for like a second.
It's the most impractical cape. Also, there are, like, people should die. Like, there's the foot soldier that chops into the electrical cord.
Oh, yeah.
In the antique store. That guy's dead.
Yes.
April O'Neil clobbers some guy that Mikey maneuvers into place, and she clonks him on the
Oh,
top
yeah,
of the
yeah,
head.
yeah. That's right.
That guy at least has a closed head injury.
Concussion.
and then straight up murder at the end of the Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Shredder falls into the trash.
That's true.
The garbage truck.
Yeah.
And Casey Jones is whoops.
Yeah, oops, you're going to
Murder.
prison.
Thanks, Casey Jones. That first degree murder. You're a rascal.
Yeah, and there's also the part where Raphael gets mad because he loses his sai, or April O'Neil takes it, and he's, walking, and then sees two guys steal a purse from the old lady. He trips them. Well, if you watch, right before they fall on the ground, the spot that they fall down in is already dry, and everything around him is wet.
It's magic.
So, of course, that's, 90s.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that's weird. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
There
exactly.
isn't too much. It's kind of cool, though, that they went Raph sees Critters, which at the time, Turtles was released by New Line Cinema, and Critters was like kind of a big hit for New Line Cinema at the time.
Not the one we're going to talk about.
But it was good. I liked it. There's not too much I didn't like. I really liked the farmhouse scene. I think some people don't like it, and I think that really brings the Turtles together. It kind of shows the bond that they have, and I think they all work together really well. It feels authentic to me. Like they feel like they could be brothers, and I don't know if that was just chemistry or Steve Barron.
I mean, to be honest,
personally,
personally, I think it's because it's all real life. There's no CGI. There's no cartoonish look to it.
practical effects definitely
The
make a
actors,
difference.
I mean, the actors did really well. Obviously, it's 90s, so of course, you see a turtle fall and you can see the shell, foam.
the squish.
Yeah.
'cause
I
it's
mean,
foam.
obviously, there's little glitches like that. But beyond that, I mean, I watched the movie again just a couple of weeks ago, and I mean, I really liked it. Unlike some movies that are out there, Mortal Kombat, what is just
Shame,
not
Mortal
that good.
Kombat.
Kind of like one of those one-hit wonders. But yeah, Turtles.
Did you say it held up well over the years?
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say it held up well.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned the name, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
And you go, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I love them!
Oh, God. They're very excited.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I think it held up pretty well over the years. I mean, some of the jokes are a little bit dated, and, it has some tropes from the 90s that, I mean, you always get these things like an action movie. You'd have an action movie where cops just fire into the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Bad guy running away.
Unlimited amounts of bullets too.
There's unlimited bullets. They don't do that in Turtles. I don't think anybody even fires a gun in that movie.
Well, no, because it's more of like a, I'm not trying to put this the wrong way, but Japanese Chinese type movie. You got the ninja.
Oh, martial. It's like, well,
yeah. I mean, there's
the only thing that was ever really disappointing to me, in a big way, and they've never done even Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles movies. He made them like these giant droid monsters. So they don't have any martial arts. Nobody does like a lot of martial arts in the movie, and that's what I wanted to see.
I would
love to, in any of them, even in the old ones. They do some stuff.
That's true.
Leonardo swipes the legs out from underneath the guy with his katanas, and the guy just trips and he rolls out of frame. He's knocked out. That's the '90s trope you get: is hit anybody 2 times and they're knocked out now.
That's true. Yep.
But that guy's legs should be cut off, bleeding to death somewhere on a rooftop.
Yes.
So it was just really disappointing that we didn't get more martial arts. And I get it; those suits probably weighed like 100 pounds.
Oh yeah.
And even though those guys were martial artists, there's only so much you can do. That's what I would love to see. They made the turtles in the new movies is enormous. So,
well, they made them unbeatable for a human.
And
I mean, the turtles, in my opinion, they were to help the little guy. Even though how cliche that sounds. But no, I'm saying they help the humans. They're not supposed to help the whole entire world against an alien invasion, like in the newer movie. That's how they.
Oh yeah.
That's how they portrayed it. Like they're huge, gargantuan, and a
like
normal human can't go toe to toe against one of them. At least in the '90s movie, a human, they're the same size.
Yeah. It was all skill. They didn't have superhuman strength, and they weren't bulletproof.
Yeah.
Supposed to be skill. So I mean, other than that, I thought it held up really well over the years.
Yeah.
As a general recap review, I would say more martial arts. I liked
less bulletproofing.
I like what we can do with CG. If they were ever going to make another one, I would like to see something done differently. I like the turtles were small. Yeah. In the cartoon, they were like actually shorter than April O'Neil. In the movie, all the actors are kind of on the smaller side. Yep. Except for Corey Feldman, who voiced Donatello in the first movie, but not the next 2. But he wasn't in the suit. There was a different guy in the suit.
Just voicing.
Overall, my rating for the 1990s live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be rad.
Yeah, mine would be Tubular. I really liked it.
Right to the top.
Yep. Oh, right to the top.
Gave it a 10 out of 10.
Me personally, like I said, when I watched it again, I've tried watching older movies, and if I'm not into it, I don't watch it. So. But with this one, I watched all the way through the end, and I was like, this actually is still really good movie.
It is really good. It's really good.
It's still really good.
It has funny parts. It's meaningful. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot more depth of emotion than you would think you would get in a Ninja Turtles movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, because when Raphael is like beaten to death almost.
Yeah, he's in a coma.
That really shows the brotherly love too.
It does.
Like what you mentioned with the brotherly love, that really shows it.
And they did a good job overall. So
and also, they didn't make April O'Neil a goddess-looking woman. I mean, she was attractive, and that's all she was.
Yeah,
she was attractive.
Well, she was a go-getter.
Yes.
Thank you, Judith Hogue. You played an excellent April O'Neil.
Yes.
So rad. I'm rad. You're Tubular.
Cowabunga.
This is Retro Dojo. Cowabunga indeed.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Cowabunga! I made a funny.